Hey everybody, and welcome back to another edition of the Skyvan Experience. Today is kind of an exciting day. We're going to do something that's a little more fun. We are going to finally install some auxiliary lights on the front of our Sprinter van. Now, why are we doing this? Well, we all know that the more auxiliary lights you have, you gain about 20 horsepower, you gain the envy of your enemies and the admiration of your friends by more lights that you have. So that's what we're going for. So if you've seen this before, you know that there are, if you know anything about Sprinters, there's two bolts right here that are the perfect mounting points for auxiliary lights. There is one issue. There's a sensor right here. It has something to do with helping assistive braking, something like that. I've had to deal with this before. We can't have anything like right in front of it, otherwise it'll screw that up and it'll show up on the dash. A code. So we're going to install these. The lights right here, we're going to put on some plates. They're going to kind of come out at a pretty extreme angle. I'd like the lights to be a little further out anyway. So we're going to put some at an angle. They'll be right here, and hopefully that sensor looks right past them. They're not in the way. So let's get started on this. I'm going to show you the lights I'm going to use until at the end for the big reveal. I'm going for a specific look, and I hope you like it. I'm really excited about it. So let's get started. Now what we're going with on our mounting tabs is just 1.5 inch wide steel. I think one piece should probably be enough. Whenever I get them wired up and turned on, I'll see if they, bounce when we're on the road, if they bounce or not. Maybe I might double this up, we'll see. I took some very precise measurements, and this is about 7.5 inches long, which should be good. And we'll drill a couple holes. I'm going to round off that edge with my angle grinder, and then we'll mount them up, and we'll be done. Then I'll show you. So, gonna start cutting. You probably want to cover your ears. Close enough. So I'm gonna take my angle grinder and just kind of round off the edge, really for looks, but also for safety reasons, because whenever I'm working around the hood, I know I'd cut my shin open on this if I got up too close to it. So, and I'll kind of round off the back part too, but want to make this kind of round. Going to use the cutoff wheel and the grinder to cut off the edge, and then I'll get out the flappy wheel and kind of round it off. I got the two tabs all shaped the way I want them. Now I'm going to put them in the drill press to drill the holes for the front and rear. I've got them together here, so I'll drill one hole. Makes it a lot easier. Could do it by hand with a hand drill if you want, but find this to be a little bit easier. My garage is a mess right now. I can barely move around in here. Someday I'll clean it up. But let's get these drills. Let's get these holes go. All right, there we go. Not perfect, not shabby, cheap, which I like, and this should work really good. So I'm going to clean these up, throw a coat of paint on them, let that dry for a little while, and then we'll install them, hook them up. Very exciting. So to bolt these tabs in, the first thing you need to do is get rid of the existing T46 Torx right here. Comes out super easy. And that's it. The threads on it are an M8. So we're going to be putting this in with the different head on it and everything. But anyway, comes out real easy. One thing you might notice is that the threads are kind of recessed in there. You have this plastic piece here. What we're going to do is fill that void with some washers. Depending on what thickness of washers you get, that will determine how many you need. I think when I did it over here, there's like 5 or 6 in there, something like that. But anyway, so that'll bring it up flush with this plastic piece, so when the tabs are hanging off, it's not putting too much pressure on the plastic. It's actually going down to the threads. All right, everybody, are you ready for the big reveal? I think it looks pretty cool. Here we go. Yes, some good old-fashioned Hella 500s. Now, why did I choose these? Pretty simple. I had them. I've had these things for like, oh man, 18 years, something like that. I've only had them on one other vehicle. And being a child of the 70s and 80s, I just love that Euro look. I just think it complements the vans so well. If I could have a whole bunch of Marshalls and CBs on here, I would totally do it, but those are way out of my price range. These Hellas are still pretty dang affordable. Anyway, I think it looks pretty snazzy. I can't wait to get them wired up. That's going to come later though. Now, don't get me wrong. I love the little LED cube lights. I think those are super cool. And as a matter of fact, eventually we're going to get some ditch lights up there and get some amber LED cubes, and I think those will look fantastic also. But I really love this look. If I could fit even more on here, it would be even better. Now, wiring these things up is going to come later. I'm waiting to get one of those cool 6 or 8 gang switches, because I don't want a whole bunch of different switches in different places in the cab. I'm trying to keep the cab nice and organized and as neat as possible. I'll have an update on that coming up pretty soon. So for now, I've gained at least 10 horsepower just because I think they look so cool. When they're wired up, they'll probably be like more 20 or 25. It's going to be so awesome. And then with the ditch lights, that's another 15. Before you know it, we'll be pushing 1,000 horsepower in this thing. So it's going to be fantastic. Anyway, pretty easy project for a weekend. Thanks. We'll see you next time.